Is it better to make money with client acquisition or client retention? This is a really important question that you need to understand as a health practitioner of any kind and in any business. Client acquisition costs money. Client retention is very lucrative. Not only that, but client retention also means they're doing their stuff, they're getting results, it's better for your reputation, it's better for their outcomes and everything. The whole thing changes when you concentrate on client retention. But already, if you have a client that signed up a few weeks ago, for them to be successful in health, you know, unless they're very affluent and they're working with you 3, 4, 5 times a week, they need to be doing stuff on their own. And if they've been with you for a couple of weeks, already they're feeling like, oh, I've got so many other things to do. And it's because willpower, what brought them to you in the first place, is now starting to fade. And if we don't set them up properly to make sure you bolster that willpower, then they are not going to get the results and they're eventually just going to disappear. And then you have to acquire a new client, which costs you money. So the question is, how do you bolster willpower properly so that it's very effective? Well, willpower is only refilled when we have a very, very compelling reason why we're doing something. It's what we call leverage on ourselves. When people start the health journeys, they start to say, oh, I just want to be more fit. I want to be healthier and health is important. And they're all very vague, general answers. We need to have a conversation with our clients about why this is truly important to them. Now, I heard one the other day that was very good. It was a client that talked about the fact that when they were on vacation, they were sitting on the sidelines, watching their kids do stuff and play and whatever. And they couldn't be involved because they had pain and they just weren't, they just didn't have the physical capacity to do that. Okay, how does that make you feel? And what happens in the future if that gets worse? They go on an excursion you can't participate in. Worse, you can't go on the vacation, right? What are you missing out on then? And how important is that to you? When people embark on health journeys and they truly want to make a difference and they're hiring somebody like you, we need to have a conversation about their willpower, about the compelling reason why they're doing this. Because that's the first mechanism. They're gonna need to do stuff on their own. And if you want them to consistently do this stuff on their own, we need to bolster their willpower. Willpower alone is not going to carry them. The other things that we need to do are work on their motivation. So motivation is all about goal setting and tracking so that we're releasing dopamine on a regular basis. And then we need to set them up to have the discipline to do things. Discipline is linked to their identity, how they see themselves, what kind of person they are. And we can have conversations about that. But the number one thing that you need to set up first is their compelling reason why they're doing this so that they can bolster their willpower to be able to do things when they don't feel like doing them.